The West Bank and Gaza are both a part of Palestine, but are very different from one another. Gaza is most probably the part of Palestine which you will see in the news for different reasons. What the media delivers to the people of the West are mainly aggressive pictures of mobs and rebels. This is a general view for outsiders of Palestine, but I feel this is an unfair picture for many reasons. So that is why in this film we would like to show you our view of Palestine, a tourist point of view.
Yes, I'm tour guide here. Actually, I'm a tour guide for the whole country. But mainly I guide here in the Palestinian territories, groups in different languages. I am licensed to guide in 4 languages: Arabic, English, French, and German.
What is so special about Bethlehem?
As you know, Bethlehem is very special for all Christians. This is where Christianity started. Also, Bethlehem is mentioned in the Old Testament as the birthplace of David. That's why it makes it so special for both the Jews and the Christians.
And what sites are the tourists mainly aiming for?
We have different sites. Most of them are religious sites, like the main site, which is the Nativity Church.
As Nativity Church, being a main attraction of Bethlehem and landmark of the city, we brought our tour guide from Palestinian police along.
We are in Bethlehem, in the front of Nativity Church. Nativity Church is the oldest church in the Holy Land. It's the only church in the world to celebrate the Christmas 3 times a year, because the Church of Nativity consists of 3 different churches. The Catholic, they celebrate the Christmas, the 24th, 25th of December, as all over the world. While the Greek Orthodox, they celebrate the Christmas on the 6th of January, and the Armenians celebrate the Christmas 18th of January, because each one of them follow different calendar. During the cleaning, they start always to fight each other because everyone wants to improve in his cleaning that the place belongs to him. So there is some specific places in the church, the status quo is not clear with it to whom it belongs. So when they start to clean, for example, this window, the ceiling, it's from inside for the Armenian part, and from outside is for the Greek Orthodox. So who's gonna be the clean the ceiling of the window? It's not written in the status quo, so they start to fight each other. If you want to see the last fight, you can go to the YouTube and you can see it. But every year, after they finish cleaning, everybody is invited for a big lunch in the Armenian monastery, and everything will be done in a right way.
We move forward to Midquarter, a chapel next to Nativity Church, where there's a priest claiming the cave can cure untreatable wounds and other misfortunes for those who come to pray there.
Okay, we'd like to welcome you to Bethlehem's Milk Grotto. The very first Christians believed that a short time after the birth of Jesus, the Holy Family left the Grotto of the Nativity, where Jesus was born, And they found this grotto where Mary now, she is the full mother. She's nursing the baby with her milk. According to the first Christians, one day when she was nursing, some drops of her milk fell to the ground. That's why today we call it the Milk Grotto Church. Now, in Bethlehem, we have to remember her divine maternity, and now she's Mother of God. So this is the church that celebrates that she's mother. But in today's world, there's a lot of women that cannot be mothers. There's a problem to conceive the baby. Like the first Christians, the women who could not conceive children would come to this church because Mary's milk fell here. They would ask for the powder of the milk from the grotto, and with the husbands they would pray with faith for healing so that they can have a family. We have to remember the Holy Family was here. In the last 10 years from the groups visiting here, women who could not conceive children, they were all infertile. More than 2,500 babies have been born. With all these testimonies, 17 people with advanced cancer, they were praying this devotion to have a successful operation. When they went to the hospitals to have the operations, the doctors told them the cancer completely disappeared. So it's not magic, it's a matter of faith.
Even though Bethlehem is world famous for its religious heritage, it's also dependent of the industrial production.
Mainly people work with tourism here. We have a little bit of agriculture. You can say 80% tourism, 10% agriculture, 10% we have a little industries like stone manufacturing. We have quarries down south here, olive oils, and most of the Christians and some Muslims do work with the olive wood production, making figures, crosses, beads, rosaries. This is their tradition since the 14th century that was taught to them by the early Franciscan friars who came from Syria. And one thing we can say that we are grateful to the Lord that in China they don't grow olive trees. Otherwise you go out of business. Yeah, this is mainly the basic industry that we have here.
And you said the olive tree can be very old. You said.
Yep, it's between a lot of them between 500 and 2,000 years old. If you look on the internet, you will see a lot of them also between 2,500 and still existing. But we never cut the trees. We only prune it from the top. Okay, this is very important. So in Bethlehem, it's about October, November, where we do all the pruning. Before that, we harvest all the olives.
From which nationality are your best customers?
The best these days are American. They love big nativity sets with very detailed figures. The Italian like bambinos, but Russians like icons, but Americans seem to be by far the ones that prefer natural things, you know, the big nativity, detailed figures, and they like the natural. Germans are really good, they like it as well. It's very popular. Yeah.
And which nation try to barter? Try to get the cheaper price? As much as possible.
In the end, even though we give them the best discount and we give them wholesale, but I understand that's their culture. We don't like here to rip people off. We make things, if you look on the internet, just write down for yourself. Recommended souvenir shops in Bethlehem.
As we leave Bethlehem behind, we head out to Ramallah, where the tomb of the PLO leader Arafat is placed, and is known to be a very culturally active city.
Yes, well, Ramallah was founded by a long time ago, like in the 16th century. There came a man called Rashid al-Haddadin. He came from Al-Karak, which is in Jordan, and he moved away because he had some problems there and so on. So he wanted to move out with his family to a new area, and he came to Al-Bire and then to Ramallah, where he founded actually the city here. And then he had 5 children who were really the founders of the 5 main families in Ramallah. And that's why if you go uptown in the city center, we have Al Manara Square, and you have 5 lions referring to the 5 original families who constituted this Christian city in the very beginning.
So I see we have a lot of things going on every week almost.
That's true. We do have activities every single day. I mean, we have so many cultural associations in town, and as a municipality, we have opened a tourist information center, which also works on providing, producing a calendar, a monthly calendar that we distribute around the hotels and the restaurants to, enable people know the different activities going on in town so they can really enjoy themselves.
What kind of visitors do you have at this office?
The majority of our visitors are Europeans, Germans, French, Scandinavian, like Swedish, Norwegian, also from the UK, then Americans. We also have received visitors from the Palestinian inside the Green Line, and also from Ramallah, like locals. And the locals, also the people, the Palestinian American, like during the summer, we receive many visitors from the Arab American.
Ramallah is known for its very active streets. It's the nightlife that signifies the city.
Yes, well, we're proud to say that Ramallah is different from any other cities. It's not a city that you would come to visit as a tourist for its historical sites or for any religious importance. It does have a few historical and religious sites to visit, but I would say Ramallah is a city which is vivid, vibrant. It has a real wonderful evening nightlife in it.
I'm not sure my pronunciation was very good, or name of the place, so please tell us.
Urjuan Lounge.
Okay.
Yeah. Urjuan is the magenta color. And the Canaanites who first lived here were called the Urjuan people. So to us it's Palestinian name. So this is why Urjuan Lounge. And the color, the magenta color, reflects royalty, spirituality and creativity. So to us, it grew under our skin, and then it was Urjuan Lounge. We are open 7 days a week. Thursday is an exciting night here, where the weekend starts. Long hours, of course, but normal weekends as well. It's exciting. The business throughout the week but the seriousness is in the weekend as well.
So, but Thursday evenings, the people coming here, are they different compared to other days, or it's the same kind?
You see more the younger crowd as well. That likes to go out, enjoy. The music is different on Thursday, so usually. People start with a dinner, then they, start drinking, and then it's a lounge, and then I wouldn't say a club, but this is a lounge now that picks up the vibe on Thursday. So this is exactly what happens.
Can you tell us a little bit about your place?
It's if you relate it to the food, it's a fusion Mediterranean. We introduced the Palestinian kitchen to the rest of the Mediterranean area. We started with Palestinian Italian fusion cuisine, and now we've moved to more Mediterranean fusion cuisine. And we care a lot about the ambience of the place. So to us, it's a dining experience. It's not just the food. It's the food, the music, the service, and we try to give it this 360 experience. So when you walk in, recharge your energy, you enjoy yourself, and you have that experience, and then you leave.
We head out to our last location in this film, to the city of Jericho, which is located next to the Dead Sea, making it a great tourist attraction.
An ancient business, a modern piece of glasswork, down on the corner that you walk each day in passing. The elderly says clerk won't ask with suspicion. The whole of motor corporation's giving its permission.
Jericho is located 10 kilometers north of the Dead Sea and 300 meters below the sea level. And it's the oldest city in the world.
If you go by cabin lift to the top of Jericho, you will find a monastery of temptation. In the monastery, there is a footstep that is supposedly made by Jesus himself. The name of the monastery comes from a mountain, which earlier was called Mount Temptation, which Jesus spent meditating in during his hardship with the devil.
The city of Jericho today, we have about 40,000 living here. They depend on their life on agricultural and tourism. They have special fruits, banana, palm trees, orange, and also vegetables.
Dangerous?
Not dangerous.
Just ride the camera.
It's not dangerous. Smile.
How old is it?
5 years old.
5 years old.
Yes.
But
Baby.
I heard they can be very dangerous. Sometimes they have a long memory and they remember some bad things, and then suddenly
No.
something can happen.
This is because he work with a tourist. He know he's very good, clever. Yeah. His name Sammy.
So how many people are working here?
Here?
Yes, every day.
Just me.
Only you?
Yes.
And how many people do you serve every day?
Every day I see many people.
Yeah, but how many will come to your shop and buy something?
All the people. Like 1,000.
Like 1,000 people?
Yes.
So you're a hard-working man?
Yes.
A young man?
Yes. It's fresh lemon juice, the best lemon juice in the world.
Now we have this Arabic Spring coming to us, which affected us here. It affected the whole country, but mainly Bethlehem, because tourists are afraid to come here. They think that if something is happening in Syria or in Iran, which is thousands of kilometers away from me, or in Egypt, we are affected here. No, it isn't. The situation is very calm here. That's why I would like to take this opportunity to invite people to come to the Holy Land, and mainly Bethlehem. And I always say that Bethlehem was always a safe place for tourists. There was no single incident through the centuries way back. So.
As for those who come to Ramallah and they come through the checkpoints, they also face some difficulties, besides the fact that the media sometimes, shows that it's not a safe area, while this is an opportunity to tell everybody that Ramallah is a very safe area, and many of the consulates and representative offices over here have announced to their people back home that they can come and visit Ramallah. Though they have to enter through checkpoints, it's a procedural matter, but still inside the city it's totally safe and they can enjoy their time.
I encourage people, I would like to take advantage of this opportunity and tell people, especially Christians and everybody, Muslims, to come to Bethlehem and stay in Bethlehem as tourists. We need their support, not also politically, but financially. We have a lot of good hotels here in Bethlehem, and we would like the tourists the tourists to come and spend some time in Bethlehem in our good, safe hotels and spend their money here. I know lots of people come, a lot of tourists come to Israel, they spend their money over there, which is not bad, but let's be fair. Spend some money over there, spend some money over here. Here things are cheaper than in Israel. We have good quality service too. So we need their financial support by coming here and sleeping in the city of Bethlehem. Bethlehem has a lot to offer too.
Okay. So, we are in Bethlehem, in front of Nativity Church. We are in Bethlehem.
Wait, one more. Now.
Okay. We are. Start. We are in Bethlehem, in front of Nativity Church. Nativity Church is the oldest church in the Holy Land. It's the only. Hadrian came in 300.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it off or on?
Yeah, it's on.
Welcome to Palestine. I'm sitting on the promenade. The most famous place. This is a very colorful and interesting place.